right, so I was doing a quick recap of what we did last week. Okay, and we looked at what love is not. Okay, I thought I'll be able to conclude that last week, but again, I have decided to not run through some of these things. It's important we take our time and establish certain points, okay, so that you understand them. The essence of what we're doing is to empower people, is to help you know that you can be better, you can get it right. Okay, a lot of people suffer from the mistakes of their parents and the environment, but you can't get it right. I want you to know that. Okay, so one of the things we said love is not, because we said that in defining what love is, we'll first show you what it is not, so that everywhere you encounter what looks like love, you would remember these things we have been saying, and you would know that, okay, no, from that session I understand that this is not love. Okay, one, we said love is not whatever you say it is. Okay, some people have defined love as some people say there's nothing like love, it is whatever you call it. But we're telling you, no, love has an identity. Okay, just like any other thing that has an identity, you have to identify with it for what it is, not what you want to make it to be. Okay, so because people have had varying experiences in love, they tend to just say love is whatever. But no, it's not whatever. Okay, it is something, and we're going to find it out. All right. Some other people also say, the second point we mentioned last week is that love is not a feeling or emotion of pleasure and attraction. Okay, now that might sound strange to some people, because anytime you think about love, all you think of is that beautiful feeling, the butterflies in the tummy. Oh, that cozy feeling, that mushy feeling. You think that is all that love is. And I don't blame you, because that's what the movies and society has portrayed to us all this while. But we're telling you that love is way beyond that. Now, we have feelings and emotions of love, but those feelings and those emotions in themselves don't explain what love is. They are just a part of what love is. And we used an example that those feelings you're describing are like the ingredients which you use to cook your food. Okay, now those ingredients in themselves have awful tastes. Some are too harsh. Okay, but when you mix those ingredients in the proper proportions with the main food and every other thing that is being cooked, everything comes out good. Why? Because it has been mixed in proportion. When you want to assume that love is a feeling, then what you're doing is that you have isolated an ingredient of that meal called love. You have isolated an ingredient and attributed the full meaning of that meal to it. So just imagine you want to eat rice, and then I tell you now that rice is Maggi because we put Maggi in the jollof rice. You see, there's going to be a problem. Okay, and if you take that Maggi itself and consume it, it's going to destroy your taste. You're going to spit it out because it doesn't make any sense. That is what happens when you are relying on your feelings or emotions to explain what love is. Okay, so just recapping from last week. So that was the second point we shared last week. We said love is not feelings of emotion, feelings of pleasure and attraction. It is beyond all of that. Okay, and we will come to what it is. Also, some people say love is a transient experience. It just comes and goes and comes and goes. And we are saying that no, if you are still explaining it to be something that comes and goes, then you are explaining your feelings. Because feelings come and go. Feelings are affected and determined by environment, by happenings, by every signal that your senses come in contact with. Your eyes, your nose, your taste bud, your feeling, your skin, as it were, the ambience, the aura. Now, everything that your senses get in contact with can influence your feelings. And that is why one moment you could be happy and the next moment you could be sad. That is why the Bible even said that even laughter could end in heartache. Okay, somebody could start off being happy and end up being sad. Okay, moods can switch like that. Feelings can switch like that. Okay, so you don't want to live your life depending on something as fickle and as temporal as feelings, because it is subject to to being influenced by every other thing outside. So you don't want to live your life depending on feelings. But guess what? When we talk about love, think about it. Most times, what are you thinking about? Oh, my feelings, how I feel about him, how I feel about her. That is what you're thinking of sometimes. And you take your decisions based on those feelings. And before long, the things that are greater than feelings begin to happen. Okay? And then, you're faced with reality. And that is why you see that some people break up from their relationships but still have feelings for the person. They say, I still love him, but it cannot work. I still love her, but no, we cannot be together. Our differences are irreconcilable, but yet you still have those feelings. Are you seeing what I'm saying? And I use an example. You may be attracted to somebody right now because of how beautiful and lovely they look, okay? But the moment you find out that this lovely looking person who's winning my heart all of a sudden, the moment you find out that this person is a fraudster, and in fact this person kills everyone who comes in contact, who falls for his tricks, what's going to happen to that emotion? Immediately to switch. That attraction is suddenly going to be flight. You don't want to be close to this person. You don't even want him to have your number. You don't want him to know where you are. No. Why? Because knowledge has come in. You have discovered that this person is not what I think I need. And with that knowledge comes a change of your feelings. So you see, feelings are affected by everything around. That is why you cannot build something substantial such as love and relationship and marriage on just feelings. So love is beyond feelings. All right. Also explaining the transient experience is beyond feelings because feelings are temporal. Okay, so love is not feelings because love is not temporal. Love is permanent. Okay. Also, we said the fourth point was that love is not self-centered. It's not self-centered. What happens many times is from the moment you start thinking of that would-be partner or that girl you're tripping for or that boy you're tripping for and falling head over heels for, okay, the moment that person gets in contact with your mind, you discover that most times you start checking them out based on the deficiencies in your life or based on the pleasures that you can enjoy from those people. So, you're a beautiful young lady, and then a young man comes by looking really rich, driving a good car, good looks, the ambience, the gate, everything is just what you have always desired, what you have seen in the movies. Okay, now what happens? You get attracted to him. Okay, and then you're thinking, wow, it would be so cool to have such a rich boyfriend. See his Rolls Royce. Wow. You're already seeing all the selfies you snap in the Rolls Royce. You're already thinking of all the pepper them that you're going to be uploading and how you're going to be punishing your enemies and telling them that, yes, finally, the Lord has remembered me. Where are all my enemies? You'll come and see. I finally made it in life. Mommy, where are you? Your daughter has hammered. I'm now marrying a prince. So, you know all those fantasies. You start thinking of all of those things. You start you take it a little further. Sometimes you start thinking of what he looks like romantically. I just wish this guy would be a good kisser. You start imagining the kisses, the caressing. You start imagining the sex, and you're like, man, whoosh, this guy, you are not leaving my sight. We die there, like they used to say. Me, I don't say that. I don't die. I live forever. Amen. All right. But they start saying, this one, I cannot lose him for anything. No. You see, when you're going through all of those feelings and all those interactions with your mind and emotions, you discover that all you're really thinking of is WIIFM. It's called what's in it for me. That's all you're thinking about. What's in it for me? What am I going to get out of this relationship? What am I going to get out of this guy? Wow, he's going to change my life. He's going to buy me my dream car. He's going to rent me my dream house. He's going to do this for me. He's going to do that for me. You're thinking of all that you stand to benefit from that person. So you see what we're saying? If that is all you're thinking, then that's selfishness we're talking about. That is that self-centeredness. Many times this is what people go through and they call it love. Many times these are the emotions we feel and we say it is love. So the same way you are feeling about that young man is the same way that the young man is also feeling about you. And he's saying to himself, wow, man, look at this babe. She's so beautiful. Wow, look at the shape, and he goes ahead to strike a conversation with you, and then you're just turning the guy with your intelligence, with your poise, and man, the guy is like, woo, she's got it. Man, I've seen everything I'm looking for. And man, the guy's already chatting up his guys like, man, I did with this short babe right now, man. You need to see her, man. The guy's feeling also excited because of what he has seen. All right, and he's thinking to himself, this one would be really cool to storm that event on Saturday together. I mean, it would be so good to walk in with this gorgeous lady. He's already thinking about his friends and how they would, respect him. Like, man, this girl is too much, man. See your babe. He's already thinking of all those things. And then again, to take it a step further, he's also sometimes, all right, thinking of the romantic moments. Wow, this girl is going to be so sweet. I already imagine doing this to her, doing that to her, and there are guys who do all of these things. You see a girl today and all you're thinking of is what you're going to do with her on the bed. Okay, now guess what? With all those, when you start feeling that way, you see, if you're the guy, you see the testosterone, which is responsible for the sexual arousal, and then for the lady, the estrogen, all of those juices and hormones are being secreted. Those are the things that are exciting you. You think you are in love. Now, if you would agree with me, this is what the movies have always presented as love. Guy meets girl, checks her out, thinks she's really cool. She checks him out, she thinks he's cool. They give themselves that look. They start talking. They have one date, have another date. Oh, she's sleeping over at his house. Oh, they're kissing. Oh, they're having sex. Oh, they're in a relationship. And then, they break up. Why does it always end in breakup? Because it was based on a wrong foundation. It was never meant to be a relationship. When you see something that is good, feel free to admire it. And if it is not yours, feel free to move on. You don't have to experience it. Okay, but let me move on. This is supposed to be a recap, and I'm ending up almost running the entire session again. I'm sure it's for a reason. I'm sure somebody needs to hear these things. Okay. The fifth point we said that love is not is infatuation. Love is not infatuation. Now, this infatuation is what so many people for a long time have confused for love. Infatuation describes all of this experience I was just playing to you. Okay. It's an intense feeling of passion and admiration and attraction. It's intense. You feel like, man, this girl, no, I can't get her off my mind. No, I need to see her again. The same thing you're thinking about the guy. You're already checking him out. You're already going online. You're checking who are his friends. Where does he work? How can we block again? Do you know that people have checked out other people, found out their places of worship, the favorite clubs they go to, their place of work, and have built their lives and activities around those places so that they can connect with that person again? It happens a lot. So you're already doing all of that and filling your mind with this person. What you're experiencing at that point could be infatuation, not love. Why? Again, take note of the key qualities. When it is revolving mostly around what you can get, what you can enjoy, what you can gratify, okay, what you stand to benefit from this person, it is already not love. That's one of the key signs that it is not love, because that is selfish. Infatuation is selfish. Infatuation is always about what you're going to enjoy from that person, okay? And another quality about infatuation is the fact that it is short-lived. It doesn't last. It's short-lived. Because what you need to do is identify people for who and what they are in your life. That you are attracted to them does not mean it has to become a relationship. That you have feelings for them does not mean it has to become a relationship. Okay? And we keep sounding this over and over again. If they are your colleagues, let them be your colleague. If the person is a co-passenger with you in the bus, let it end there. If it's somebody you see every day and you say hi to, that is fine. It must not graduate into a romantic affair. It's not necessary. It doesn't have to become that. Okay? So, when you're able to identify these relationships for what they are, you'll be able to guard your mind from allowing it nurse and nurture these feelings and these emotions that start graduating and leading you astray. Okay? So, I shared some signs how you would identify infatuation. Let me just run through that. I'm practically having this class again, but I'm sure it is for a reason. Okay? I said, how would you know if it is infatuation? One of the first signs is all you will see about this person is perfection. You're not going to see their flaws. You're not going to see their weaknesses. You're not going to see any of their faults or shortcomings. All you just see is perfection. Wow, it's everything I wanted. See the way he talks. Wow, see how he walks. Wow, see the car, see the dress. You're just tripping. All you're seeing is perfection. Okay? Why? Because your mind is excited. Your emotions are excited. You're not staying long enough to pay proper attention to this person and identify those things that you don't like. In fact, worse off, sometimes some people actually see the red flags. You see it. This person is not patient. This person is rude. This person is a spendthrift. This person is proud. You see all of those things. This person is quarrelsome. You see all the signals. And yet, you tell yourself that no way, they will die there. They will stay there. That's what happens. A friend of mine said, and I quote him, he said, many people see the red flags, and instead of them to take a warning, they think it's a carnival, and they jump in and go and have fun. All right? It's not a carnival. It's a warning. Red flag is warning. It's not party. It's not carnival. It's a warning. All right? So, all you see is imperfection. That's one of the points about about infatuation. All you see is the person's perfection, the good things, what make them perfect. You are not seeing their faults. Okay. Another quality about infatuation is that you start having persistent thoughts about this person. They fill up your mind. You are obsessed, okay, about this person. Morning, afternoon, evening, this is all you are thinking about. Okay, you are obsessed with this person. He fills up your entire mind. She fills up your entire mind. You're eating, you're thinking about how you're sleeping, you're thinking about how you're on the road, you're thinking about how, you start seeing people that look like her because she's all that fills your mind. Brother, calm down. Your emotions are haywire. They are on fire. Calm down and manage them well. All right, so that is infatuation. That's not love. Another quality about infatuation is you become a very jealous and possessive somebody. Yes, baby, where are you? Who's that guy's voice I'm hearing? What's going on there? Why are you still there? Start going home. It's getting late. Meanwhile, you met her by 11 p.m. in the club, but now 7:30, you're telling her it's getting late. You're jealous. You're possessive. You met her by 1 a.m. in one joint, and now you're telling her that 6 p.m. is too late to be outside. Oh, really? If she was inside by 6 p.m., would you have seen her? You see, you're becoming possessive. You're becoming jealous. You're trying to protect something that is not yet your own because you assume you own it or you are about to own it. Okay? And then you start getting offended when this person is not behaving in the way you want them to behave. Okay? You don't want them to pick phone calls from the opposite gender anymore. All right? Someone said inspector. Exactly. You start checking them. Where are you? Why? What are you doing? Where are you going? No, don't go there. Don't talk to him. Don't talk to her. And I said this before. Somebody that has lived how many years of their lives and made other contacts and have relationships and friendships, right now, because you are coming into their life at their 29th year or 35th year, you suddenly believe, or 25th year, whatever the age, you suddenly believe that right now you are the one who should take control of their life and limit what they do and determine what they do, where they go. That is wrong. That is selfish. Are you seeing it? That is selfish. That is infatuation. That's one of the signs that you're infatuated. Calm down. Don't worry, we'll look at what love is. I'm not in a hurry. We're doing this every week, okay? We will look at what love is, and I already see that we will most likely stretch this series. We'll stretch it into March, into the month of March, because when I start speaking about love, I'm going to take it from all dimensions. You will love it. I assure you, you will love it, and you will see truth. Some of you, it will be the first time in your life that you're hearing and seeing the perspective I'm going to be sharing with you, but you will love it. I assure you, just stay tuned. Okay, so with infatuation, you start becoming jealous and possessive. Okay, watch out for those things. Anytime you start feeling like that about somebody, okay, check your emotions. Tell yourself, hey, young man, check it. It's not ideal. Check it. Okay, so let me move on. Another quality we shared is that you start feeling lonely once you're not around this person. You start feeling tired, sad once you're not with the person, because you just want them to be with you all the time. You start imagining where they are, what they are doing. You see, part of that possessiveness and jealousy, you're wondering where they are, what are they doing? Is she even thinking of me? Does she like me? Does he like me? Who am I to him? You just start imagining all of those things, and then for every period that you are not together with him, you're feeling sad. Can't you see that already a fundamental part of yourself is being affected here? You just want to hear from him. He has a meeting, but no, you want him to be talking to you. You want him to stay with you. I saw one video online one time and I was just laughing. I said, some people know your get sense. All right. So the video was about somebody who is about to go to work, and his girlfriend comes out and she's like, oh, no, missy, don't go. To work. Man wants to go to work. You are using miss you to tell him to stay in the house. You're not serious. The sakpa that is coming to your direction is man wants to go to work. You want him to stay with you and be cuddling. You're joking. Okay, so when I saw that video, it was one of these comedy skits, I was just laughing because I said, this person never wake up. He never see the reality of life. Okay, somebody has to work. He has to earn his keep. Work is a fundamental part of his fulfillment, of his person. He needs to go to work. Leave all those mushy things you're feeling and wake up. Yourself, dress up and go and do something with yourself. Okay, his problem that is loading. You don't allow feelings to, some of you have very important decisions in your life to make, but you're thinking, I want to be around him. You get a job in a lucrative place, but it's going to be somewhat far from your lover or that person you're infatuated with. And you start saying, that means we'll not be able to see just once a week. No, I want to see every day. If people have to start thinking right. You have to start thinking properly. That feeling is temporal. It will fly off. You start having heartache and pain, like that song I was playing earlier. Okay, so please take note. All right. Let me move on. The fifth point I shared about that is that you want everything to start happening so fast. You just want her to fall in absolute love with you at once. You just want to, just let her, and you see, those are the times where day one, day two, the lady has moved into his house, or she visits today, leaves one bag, visits tomorrow, leave hair, visit next tomorrow, leave a shoe and something, and then before you know it, next week she has moved in, because she wants everything to happen very fast. She wants to be sure she's the only one in his world. She wants to be sure that she's the only one right now. Who is that other girl? I saw a lady's hair by the mirror. You just want to be sure that you are the only one there. You're occupying all the space. It's too fast. Calm down. See, love is patient. To start talking about what love is, it suits me, but I will control myself. I will control it. We will get there. Love is patient. It's not in haste. Love is sweet. I'm telling you, love is sweet, and you will enjoy it. Okay, so when you start having all those feelings, you should check yourself and really tell yourself that no. This is not healthy. I should stop it. Now, what happens with all of these things? Another quality you find is you start getting disappointed. I didn't say this last week. You start getting disappointed. Why? Because before long, you start discovering that your experiences of this person are not matching your expectation. Because all the while you've been blinding yourself to the faults and the shortcomings, when those things start revealing themselves, you start getting disappointed. Why? Because your expectations are not being met. You start feeling sad. And guess the most annoying part? You start placing demand on the person to change and become what you want him or her to become. And that's the beginning of your frustration. Yes. Because once there are expectations that are not being met, the next thing is frustration and disappointment. Tensions will start arising. You people will start quarreling every now and again. Why? Because you want her to become what you have in your head that your girlfriend should be. Meanwhile, she's a full-grown adult who's a free moral agent and has the right to make her own choices. The same thing with you, the lady. You suddenly just start expecting him to meet all your fantasies. Listen, I'm not quick talk. Novice. In the year I'm now. Exactly. Someone says unchanging changer. You cannot change, but you want her to change, or you want him to change. And this one thing many young ladies do that I just laugh. You meet somebody today, or you start dating, or you get married, and you think your mission is to change him. Hey, changers. See, the frustration there is big. The frustration that is coming is massive. You can't change nobody. You can't change them. Okay, so you start getting disappointed because you thought that by now he will start behaving like that, or he will start behaving like that, because you saw that he was a rich dude. You thought that he would start buying you everything and spending all he has on you. And then sometimes because of what you want to get, you start doing all manner of things you should not be doing. You start sleeping with him. You just go all out. Oh God, have me, I am yours. Take me as your own. Do what you want. Do what you want, And then because in your mind, you're thinking that in exchange, you will get this, that. But the problem is when you're not now getting those things you want from him, disappointment. You see, why are all of these things happening? Because what your attraction or relationship was based on was not love. It was infatuation. Okay? And on this infatuation part, okay, let me just blend into the remaining conversations for today. You won't believe that what I've been doing was supposed to be a recap, but no problem. It's a special edition. Okay. So there are other family members of infatuation. Okay, they're siblings, they're cousins. Okay, obsession is one of them. And obsession is that quality that describes how your mind is excessively preoccupied with this person. And take note. You can control your mind. You can control these feelings. You can control these thoughts. You can. Okay? Now, obsession can happen with things or with any other thing. It doesn't have to be about somebody. Just like some of you, they are obsessed about Canada. Jackpot. Canada loading. That's all you're thinking of. You sleep Canada. You dream Canada. You eat Canada. You wake up Canada. You go to work Canada. All you're thinking is Canada. Jackpot loading. Okay? Right? So that's a kind of obsession because you have channeled all your mental energies to that particular subject matter. It can be anything. For some people, it's lottery. I know this one. For some people, it is Baba Ijebu. Hey, you're obsessed about betting. One day you go make up. One day you have used your full salary to bet. In fact, you have borrowed money and betted. You have every bet, because one day you go make up. So it fills your mind. That's obsession. It fills your entire mind. You can't think of something else. You can't focus on any other thing. Okay, it just continually preoccupies your mind. That is obsession. That is how some of you feel about people. But you see, what you need to know is that you are the one who permitted that feeling to stay there that long. You are the one who permitted it. That is why I am quick to cancel that definition that says that love is a feeling that takes control of you and there's nothing you can do about it. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. See, you are a human being. You can take control of any circumstance you want. You can take control of any circumstance you want. Okay? So, when you start feeling like, I cannot help myself. No, you can help yourself. You need to learn how. You can help yourself. Okay? A lot of people think they are helpless in their relationships. No, You are full of help. Okay, choose to see it that way. You're full of help. You can help yourself. All right, so take note that that's obsession. It's also a part of infatuation. Okay, and then the seventh point I would mention, this one, it is called LUST, lust. This one is one of the oga patapata of all of these things we are saying. Why? Because lust predominantly has to do with a strong sexual desire for somebody. Okay, now lust in general terms might also apply to other things. Some people lust after power. The Bible even talks about, you don't love the world or the things of the world, because everything that is in the world, the lust of the eyes, the lust of the flesh, the pride of life. Okay, so lust can also be attributed to several other things, but primarily and principally, lust speaks of a strong desire, and in most cases, a sexual desire for somebody. Bam! So, let us start catching some of you. The moment you sighted that girl, what you saw was not even the girl. You saw baka. You saw ass. I'm trying not to use some words just because we're live, and sometimes you're wondering, you don't know where some people are watching from, you don't want to offend their sensibilities. But come on, let me beg for permission right now to use some of the street language. When you look at her, what you are looking at is yash. Yash, that's what you are looking at. All you are thinking of is how I will give it to her like this and give it to her like that. How I will turn her around, and oh my God, you are imagining things. You are playing scripts from the movies and the dirty thoughts you have been filling your mind with. now somebody knows I am pastor. You see, that's why I had to take permission from you people to use street language. Okay, somebody say it is the gift that the Father has given her. Yes, I know, but that gift is not for you yet. It's not for you yet. That's lust at work. All you're thinking of is the sexual gratification that will come from that person. You are saying, see breasts, oh my God, see boobs. I'm seeing one challenge that is going on now. There's nothing that will not go on these days. Let me not even talk about it. About big boobs. Those are the things you're feeding your eyes with every time. And the more you are looking at it, you are sponsoring your lustful thoughts. You're sponsoring your lustful thoughts. The things that are happening in this comment section, I'll just leave you people alone. I run away. Yes, radical children can be asking me questions. Be asking me, I'm coming. Okay, so that is lust. All you're thinking of is the sexual gratification. All you're thinking of when you see that dude, anyway, we've already started saying it. Let's just be saying it. You're looking at that guy, and he's wearing suit or he's wearing chinos, yet you are imagining the size of his manhood. Lust. Now, when you start filling your mind with lust, because it is a desire and it's an attraction, it keeps pulling you towards that person. Everything you do keeps, trying to fulfill that desire. So you spend the remaining part of your life or your day, for as long as that person is the object of your lust, all you keep doing is trying to fulfill that desire, trying to gratify that desire. Guess what? At the end of the day, at the end of the day, the same way you are tripping for that person and lusting after that person for those qualities the person has, is the same way you are also going to be lusting after another person. That is the foundation. That's cheating 101. Because it was never love. It was never commitment. It's just what you can get. It's what you can enjoy. And that is why when you see somebody who has a very beautiful wife, you say, with this fine wife, I no go ever cheat. Calm down. his values are not yet right, guess what? He will still go and cheat because he has not disciplined the root of the issues. That lust. People who say they cannot take their eyes off big bum bum. There are millions of big bum bums in the world. And for those of you in Africa, I think God just decided to endow Africa with all kinds, naturally, without surgery. If you want to make the decisions of your life based on somebody's bum bum, you are finished though. Because you will keep seeing several. Okay, so you will go with this one today, tomorrow you see a bigger one, you go with that one, tomorrow you see another one that is not bigger, but the shape, the curve is sweeter. I like this curve, you go with that one. You see, you will just keep running up and down because the root of the issue has not been dealt with. It's not because people's wives are ugly or fine that they don't cheat. It's not all of the things that you think sometimes. Alright, so that is lust. Lust is not love. Stop lusting after people and calling it love. That relationship will fail because it is based on lust. It is based on what you can get, the sexual desire. That is what that relationship is based on. And don't forget, one of our first sessions, one of the things we established is call it what it is. Call it what it is. Call it what it is. Some of you, okay, you know that you are not ready for a serious relationship, but somehow, because of your indiscipline and the values you have associated yourself with, you know you just want to sleep with him, and then you have started sleeping with him. Fine. Not like it's correct, okay? What I mean is, you are achieving what you want. Call it exactly what it is. I want to sleep with this guy. It is not a relationship, or it's not a love relationship. It's a straffing relationship. We are straffers. We are friends with benefit, as they call it. That is what it is. Call it what it is, so that you don't confuse yourself that thinking that it is love. You know it's not love. You know that from day one, all you're thinking of is the bed. That's all you're thinking of. All you're thinking of is his body or her body from the day one. Okay, so call it what it is and don't confuse yourself. Hey, I'm in love. You're not in love with nothing. You don't even know what love is. It's not love. You're in lust. You're in infatuation. You're in obsession. You're not in love. But guess what? These are the qualities that most relationships and even marriages, unfortunately, have been built on. Love does not happen suddenly. That's lust. That's infatuation. Love doesn't happen suddenly. You can be attracted suddenly. You can be attracted at first sight. Yes, it is not love. Love will happen over time because love is not a mistake. Love is deliberate. Love doesn't happen on you. You decide to love. Love is a conscious decision. It's a willful decision. It's a commitment. All of these things I'm explaining so far are not commitment. They are enjoyment. It's what you can get. It's what you can, the gratification you can get. That is what these things are. And that is what a lot of people confuse for love. And you see, now, what has been the common denominator of all of these qualities? What has been the common denominator? One, feelings and emotions. Okay? How excited you feel. And then you see the thing about feelings, all right? Every experience you have, let me put it like this. The media is one of the biggest teachers in the world right now. Because what the media promotes gradually starts becoming culture. Alright? So people who control the media control culture, control values. And then because you see it regularly, it begins to make impressions in your brain. Your brain has a memory center. It begins to make impressions in your brain. The next time you see something that looks like that, it resonates with what's already in your brain, and you think, okay, this is how it is, or this is what it is. Okay, so because the media has sold these concepts that when you feel in a particular way, What you need is a guy's shoulder you can lean on and somebody you can be romantically involved with. You accept that as truth. That when you feel lonely or moody, what is because you don't have a boyfriend. So you need a boy who you can talk to when you're feeling down, somebody who can make you happy, somebody who can take your problems away, somebody who can be your hero, your knight in shiny armor. You see, because of the things you are watching, you already put yourself in a dependent position. You already put yourself in a victim position. You already put yourself in a belittled and disempowered position as a lady. Because what has been presented to you is that he is your king, he's your everything. You know, you derive your essence from him. You see, that is already a problem. Now you grow up with that mindset and go all your life looking for that person that will fulfill that fantasy. One final thing that love is not, and I think I will close on this for today, and then by God's grace from next week we jump squarely into what love is. You're going to love it. I'm tempted to, I've already said spilling a few things about love, but don't worry. Okay, it's broader and deeper and sweeter. Okay, you will enjoy it from next week. Okay, the last thing I would share that love is not is called codependency. Love is not codependency. Now, what is codependency? It's defined as any relationship in which two people become so invested in each other that they cannot function properly independent of each other. Now, let me say it again. Two people in a relationship become so invested in each other that they can't function independently anymore. It's a concept called codependency. And do you know what this means? It means that you have tied your mood, your joy or happiness, your identity, and your essence, your validation. You have tied it around this person. If you are feeling good, let me use this example. If you wear your favorite dress and he comes out and says, rubbish, all that excitement goes down. You feel like, it's rubbish because he said it's rubbish. Why? Because you have given him your entire sense of validation and meaning and worth and essence. A lot of people are in this situation. And you hear the guy say things like, who do you even think you are? Do you think anybody out there will love you? Do you know what I'm managing? Is it because I'm even keeping up or coping with this, your misbehavior? Do you think you're even fine? Look at you. See, is this one shape? He starts telling you all those nonsense and you allow it affect you because you have given your sense of validation and essence to this person. It happens a lot in relationships. People get so invested in each other and not for the best reasons, because they are looking for a false security, a security they never had. They never understood what love meant. They never had acceptance. They never had self-worth, self-meaning. And then they start thinking that it is this person that will make me important. Just imagine imagine yourself a guy struggling with self-esteem. Because of that, you were not able to even chike or woo any lady, as the case may be. And then all of a sudden, this girl that you think is out of your league decides to now be your friend. And then you can't believe it. You tie your entire self-worth to everything that she represents. If she says you're fine, you're happy. If she says you're not fine, you're sad. Of course, it goes both ways. Their opinions, their comments, their thoughts about you becomes what you build your life around. That's called codependency. It is not love. As a matter of fact, it's a mental health state. Because that person has, if you continue like that, most times those kind of relationships become very abusive. And one person always is a victim, and the other person ends up sponsoring that person's bad behavior. It just is wrong for both the codependent and the dependee. It's wrong for both of you. It's an unhealthy relationship. Your self-worth should be tied to what God has said about you. God is your heavenly Father. He's your maker. He's the one person who knows you, who you really are. He's the one person who will never leave you nor forsake you, who never gives up on you, who has the best in store for you. Your sense of worth and meaning should derive from what God Almighty thinks about you. And guess what? He has spoken great and marvelous things about you. His thoughts towards you are good, not evil, to bring you an expected end. He loves you. He says you are the apple of his eyes. Those are the things that should build your self-worth. You are so important that God sent his only son Jesus to save you, to rescue you from destruction. You are that important. Guess what? Even if people around you treat you like trash, nobody wants to associate with you because they think you're not cool, you're not trendy, you're JJC, you're not the happening person, you're a Jew guy, things like that. See, God accepts you and he says great things about you. When you don't know this, you begin to submit your essence to somebody else to determine how important you are. This is the beginning of crisis. Because you would never know peace so long as you are depending on what that person says or thinks about you. I'll quickly run through about 5 or thereabout signs of codependency. And you would relate with some of these things I'm saying. You will see it. Okay? Now, people who are in this state, most times, they suppress the desire to articulate their true feelings because you don't know if it will hurt him or hurt her. Okay? So this is what you feel, but you don't want to say it. So what do? They just try to play around what is right and accepted by other people or their significant other. Okay? So, that's a clear case of where you want to say yes, but you know that he wants you to say no, then you say no. Or you want to say no, but because he wants you to say yes, you say yes. You see, instead of you to stand on your own decisions, you rather want to say what is right and accepted by that person. That's one of the signs that, hey, this is a codependent relationship. Okay? You feel like your opinions don't matter. So all that you want is the validation of other people. You just want to hear what other people have to say, but you don't want to say what you think because you just think that they won't consider your opinion. Why? Because you don't consider your opinion. Okay? People who are in a codependent relationship, another point about them is that they want to please everyone, even to their own expense. Have you met people like that? I'm sure you can identify if you think about it right now. I'm sure you know 1 or 2 people in your life. Or maybe you are that person. You just want to please everybody because you want people to be happy with you, because you want to feel accepted, because you want to feel loved, because you want to feel special. So you have tied all of these things to what people say about you. And this is the same reason people start getting depressed when they are posting their favorite pictures online and after 24 hours, only 3 likes or no like. And they start feeling bad. This is the same reason why certain people always want to impress people. They work so hard. Everything they're doing is just to impress. Because they want to please everybody, even at their own expense. You see, that is a sign of a low self-esteem, low self-worth. Okay, and when we speak about love, one of the things we'll also talk about is self-love. We'll break it down. Oh, you're going to enjoy this thing, I'm telling you. Okay, another thing about people who are codependent is that there is this burden to want to fix other people. You just feel like, oh, I'm the one that, if I don't, I'm the one that will fix him. If I don't cook, he will not eat. He will die of hunger. Or I'm the one that will. And then what that does is, you start gratifying people because you just want to. You feel like, oh, there's this burden. You are the one who has to fix them. You are the one who. No, it's wrong. They are adults. They should take care of themselves. All right. You start feeling the need to be the fixer. And guess what? Many times it's inconveniencing for you. You don't even have the means, but you carry that burden upon yourself, and you feel like the world will not go on if you don't help your significant other get out of this situation. You start feeling like you're not Jesus Christ to anybody. You're a human being. It's only Jesus that can supply all your needs according to his riches in glory. It's only God that can supply all your needs. Okay, according to the riches of glory in Christ Jesus. All right, you are not God. Don't take that burden upon yourself. Now, you see what this also does is, for you who is feeling like you have to be the one to fix that person, the flip side is this person starts taking advantage of you. This person starts becoming lazy and laid back because there's always that fixer in his or her life. Okay, she cannot stand up for herself. She cannot, you just want to be that fixer. You just want to save the world. I remember when a friend of mine used to tell me, Mezie, you are not Jesus. Stop it. You can't help everybody. Stop it. You can't. People have to wake up. You can't save everybody. My time is fast spent. Wow. You can't help everybody. Okay? And you see, the problem with this thing is, because you are consumed with trying to be there for people, guess the frustration. You start expecting that they too. Okay? You start thinking that the world owes you that too. Okay, the video paused for a while, but I think it's back up. All right. Well, maybe it was just trying to tell me that my time is up on this session. Let me drop 1 or 2 points finally, just in closing. Okay, so people like this, they struggle to set clear boundaries in their lives. So this is the kind of lady who will say, no more, I'm not going to sleep with any guy again. But guess what? The next relationship, day one, you have started sleeping with him, because you're finding it difficult to stick to those boundaries. Why? Because you have defined yourself based on that person. You want to be accepted. You don't want to get him angry. You don't want to do it, but he wants to do it. Since he wants to do it, okay, let's allow him and let's just go ahead. It's because of him, I just want to please him. You can't set clear boundaries. You tell yourself that no more. From 7 p.m., I'm not going outside again. I need to stay. No more clubbing. No more this and that. No more going to those funny places I used to go to and meet all those useless guys. But guess what? He calls you up. Hey, what's up now? Come on, I'm just thinking, let's hang out by 9:30, the usual spot. Your real answer is no. But guess what? Because you can't set boundaries. Okay, I'll be there. You see what we're saying? Because you want to please them. Please identify all these things. And if there's anyone that speaks to you, better start working strongly to deliver yourself from it. And let me just stop here for now and let you know that I'm available for personal counseling and coaching on matters of love and relationship and marriage. Okay, feel free to send me a message on the DM, or if you have my number, send me a message. Let's schedule a session so that we can discuss. I'm excited and I'll be glad to help people navigate this very important path of life. Okay, and that is why we're doing all of this that we're doing. We're going to be uploading all these videos on our YouTube page, and very soon we'll start advertising it. I just thought to let you know. Okay, but what you can do for us also is to help us to spread the word. Tell people about what is going on here. Let more people participate. Okay, so you can help us do that. All right, another thing that you need to know is that very soon we'll be starting a premarital masterclass. In fact, it just took another shape. All right, I was planning to start it this February, but for some reason it has been moved to March, and God willing, it will run through the weekends in March. You've not seen it like this before. You're going to love it. You're preparing to get married. Whether you're preparing now, so long as you're not married, this class is for you. Okay, it's not whether your wedding date is next week or next month or later in the year. No, so long as you're not yet married, you want to take this premarital masterclass, and it's completely free of charge. This edition is completely free of charge, but just for 100 people. Okay, so much for that. You will get to know more about that as we continue the sessions. What else am I forgetting? So please follow us on all our handles on Telegram. We have a group on Telegram. Okay, please feel free to join it. Once we try to have some conversations there too. And then, of course, our Facebook too. Please go to our Facebook page and follow it. Very soon we'll start having some of these sessions on our Facebook Live also. Okay, so follow us on all our platforms, spread the word, and feel free to reach out to me. Let us discuss. For now, all the services I'm doing are pro bono. Pro bono means I'm not charging anything for it. I'm a certified counselor, by the way. I'm a certified family systems engineer. Okay, and I'm an associate practitioner of that. Okay, so my point is, I've also gone through trainings for these things I'm talking about. It's not just head knowledge, it's not native intelligence. And by the way, some of you know I've been pastoring for years. I've been in youth and campus ministry for many years. I've been in youth ministry rather for over 23 years now. Okay, I've always had to guide people on the way of life, on the way of relationship. So I know exactly what I'm saying. I am gifted for this. I'm born for this. You need to hear me talk to you. You need to. All right. And this is not to blow trumpet, as they say. I just want to assure you that you're in good hands. So please spread the word, and God bless you. It's time to close. Thank you. Feel free to drop your messages or feedback on how these sessions have blessed you. Feel free to drop those feedback on our handle. Send us messages, send to the DM, or write it under the posts of these events. Thank you so much, and God bless you. See you again Wednesday next week. All right, with your favorite show, Love Code with Maisie. God bless you. Bye for now.